everybody, and welcome back to another On The Table video, guys. So, what are we going to be looking at today? Well, I've got something that I'm quite excited about, guys. It's going to be amazing. Oh my god, so happy. As you guys have probably guessed, and probably seen by all the releases and stuff that's come out recently, yes, the Imperial Knight Castellan has finally been released. It's been released about a week now, maybe over a week by the time this video goes out. It really does depend. Basically, got one. Really sorry, I was going to do an unboxing video, but I got too excited and I took it out of the box and I started building it before I even realised, oh shit, I have to do an unboxing video for this, so I'm really sorry. But I have finished it. I have painted it. It took me an astronomically quick time to paint because I was so amped for this release. I got it on release. I was working. I got it on release, so Saturday I built it and primed it. And it's bits and bobs, it's different components and stuff on the Saturday night. I then base coated and blocked in the colours on Sunday night. I then finished it all off on Monday night, and it was ready to rock for Tuesday day when I had my first game with it. But I will come to more of that in a second, guys. Would you like to see it? Yes, you would. If you've had the Instagram, guys, you will know that I finished it, and you'll know what it looks like. If you've not got the Instagram, prepare yourself, guys, for a feast for the eyes. Oh yes, that rhymed. I'm a poet, and I didn't fucking know it. Yes, so, are we ready? Here we go. He's big. He doesn't fit in the entire frame. Let me just maneuver this camera up and backwards slightly. That's the wrong thing. What am I doing? It's this one here. Haha. I'm going to have to move it back, and I'm going to have to move this guy back a touch as well. Yeah, so here he is. Here is the big mama jammer, the beast from the east himself. I decided to go for the... oh shit, I can't remember what the fuck is this one called. But we'll call the shooty one, rather than the Bernie fuck you Gilliman one. Basically, as you know, guys, there's two versions of this. There's one that's covered in guns. But you basically got a Volcano Lance. Oh shit, he's not glued. Volcano Lance, Plasma Decimator, two twin melters. These weapons are optional, but they are twin Siegebreaker cannons, and then we also have the Shield Breaker missiles. I'll talk about them in a little hot second. Basically, the other one, it has, rather than, it's basically got two different weapons. It's got a crazy fuck you Gilliman kind of harpoon gun, which is like the most highest damage weapon in the game at damage 10. And it also has a flamer that makes it impossible to charge it. But yeah, so I went for this one because I wanted this to be literally, I could point this at something that I didn't like and it would just go away. That's basically what I wanted. And it has proved admirable in the two games that I've had with it. But first and foremost, let's talk about the overall construction. If you built an Imperial Knight, this will not be a difficult model for you to build. There is no difficulty in this. I would have a difficulty rating on 1 to 5. 5 being incredibly difficult, 1 being incredibly easy. I'd probably say this is maybe a 2, maybe 2.5. It's not difficult at all. And the only slightly annoying bit is if you want to get the carapace looking nice, there is a lot of sub-assembly because you've got the carapace here, you've got this bit here, you've got the groin plates, you've also got the top carapace, you've got the Siegebreaker cannons, and then you also have the carapace on the arms here. I only ran into 2 issues whilst painting this guy and actually building this guy. The first issue was the fact that if you look, I'm gonna have to remove his legs. Let me just put his legs down here. As you can see under here, I kind of tried my hand at a tiny touch of freehand under here. Basically, as you can see, I've done a lot more detail work as well underneath here. But yeah, the only real issue I had was this thing first. I painted it all, and then I did a gorgeous, probably the best freehand I've ever done. On this Victus thing. This is I've got a name for this guy. I'll tell you his name in just a second when I actually bother to find it because I've written it down and forgotten it. But his name is I think it's Victus. Victus Traitor's Destruction or something like, or Traitor's Desolation or something like that. I've called this guy for the Knights of the Emerald Banner. But basically, I painted it on upside down. really fucked off about that, I'll be honest, guys, because it was such neat freehand, and I couldn't glue it on the other way, so I had to paint over it, turn it around, start again. I was really fucked off, guys. Really, really fucked off. Words cannot describe how annoyed I was. But anyway, so that's kind of what we got instead of it this time. The other thing that I kind of got wrong, in my zeal of getting this completed on time, I wasn't paying attention. Basically, the arm carapace, inner arm carapace here, it has these little support struts. You can't even see them on the inside of this armour, and that glue to the actual metallic bit of the, not metallic bit, the actual inner arm here, and that allows it to sit flush to it. However, I accidentally glued, as you guys can see here, I accidentally glued the part here, so I had to slice all the support struts off and glue it onto the other side here, and as a result, this thing lost its articulation because I had to actually glue, because the very little contact points I had to glue the carapace to the actual gun, so this thing has lost most of its articulation in regards to the gun being able to pivot on its axis. I can still do this, and also its arms kind of go out too far, and the piston here has kind of come out, so I'm going to have to find a way to fix this, but I think I might just have to live with it, because it's the only way I can really transport him, because I can put him like that, and he goes flat enough in order to get him in my box. But yeah, so that's that. There's not, I mean, I can't really call it conversion work. Oh, you fucking cunt. As if I've just done that. Right, we're gonna do some fucking bollocks. We're gonna do some live fixing right here. That really wasn't glued down very well. There we go. We'll put some of that in there, some of that in there, and then we'll just put that back on like that, and we'll pretend nothing ever happened. We'll pretend nothing ever happened. There we go. Oh, stay on there, you bastard. Nothing ever happened. But yeah, so. I can't really call it conversion work, really. I added a thing to this miniature. I added this inner tabard here. This is from the regular Imperial Knight sprue, because I thought that it needed some area that I could tie in the red and the cream cross sections to my other Imperial Knights. And I didn't want to do it on the carapace, because I really, really love this juicy, crunchy-licious emerald green. Got plans to add another 2 of these tabards to the underneath of the gun. So if I just turn it on its side profile here, so I'm going to have one hanging down here like this, and then another one hanging possibly... Oh my god, sort your camera work out, Jojo, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Maybe another one hanging down here, just to make it look a little bit more grand, because it's kind of supposed to be a centerpiece for the army itself. And I didn't do too bad of a job on the base as well, if you guys want to cast your eye on there. I've done some nice base work. We've got some tank bits and just general... It just looks like a general war-torn battlefield. I was really, really chuffed with the way the base came out on all my Imperial Knights, actually. So that's really good. Yeah, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about the weapons and stuff. Basically, the volcano cannon is a big, just... Basically, anything you want to go away, you fire this thing at it, and it just goes away, pretty much. I've killed, like... You know, it can technically get 12 shots, and there's some at daft like strength 10, AP -4, damage D6. I've killed like whole Lehman Russes. Like it's like a tank. Basically, a tank a turn will go if you fire this at it. Plasma Decimator is great for dealing with troops, although I barely fire it on the overcharge mode, because I don't feel that it needs to. The dual melters here, really nice little touches. Basically, if vehicles get up close to you, again, these basically make it go away even quicker. Although, I kind of wish that they'd included weapon options for the melters. It would have been nice to have seen weapon options such as maybe assault cannons, or maybe autocannons, or something, or two twin-linked autocannons here, which would be a bit more anti-infantry or anti-fly. That would have been interesting to see there. I would have liked that. The siege breaker cannons here are just nice. I painted them up quite nice as well. I don't know if you guys can kind of see that. I've kind of given like a little bit of a lenticular kind of little shine, little reflective lens on the go there. But the twin siege breaker cannons, they are nice. They can make stuff go away as well, because they pump out two D3 shots a turn each. and they're basically Lehman Russ battle cannons. They're really, really good. And then let's talk about these little mamma jammers right here. These are shield breaker missiles. These are amazing. Basically, if your opponent's got one of those really annoying characters that gives loads of abilities and loads of buffs to their army, yeah, these shield breaker missiles basically just delete them from the game. It's literally a case of there's a stratagem that you can get which allows you to target anything you want on the battlefield, even stuff that's not in your line of sight. So you can basically just shoot a missile at them. They're basically wounding on 2s for most things. They're causing, I think it's D6 damage, and they ignore invulnerable saves, which is great. So basically, again, you have someone with a really, really horrible commissar that's giving loads of buffs and things. You can basically kill them off with them. And the awesome thing is you can swap this loadout. So rather than 2 siege breaker, 1 shield breaker, you can have the other way around. So you can have 2 missiles and 1 turret, and that's just dirty because that means you then get 4 of these fuckers to fire at enemy and make stuff go away. It's really, really good. I kind of wish that it was rather than 2 different sets. I would have been happier paying maybe an extra 20 quid and getting all the weapon options. That would be nice because it means really that if you want to field it as another thing and you don't want another Castellan knight walking around, you literally have to spend 100 quid and just for weapon options. So it'll be interesting to see if people end up with alternative weapons, like for the harpoon gun and for the flamer. I've been looking at stuff like that myself, and I'm thinking I might be able to convert some up. The issue is getting the actual arm assembly for them, because I've looked online and the arm assembly for these is like 5 quid per component. So basically, to make 1 arm, it's going to cost you like 15 quid, and that's without the gun. So it might be worth just I don't know. I might have to just see if I can get one cheap off eBay in a couple of years' time and just cannibalize the shit out of it. But yeah, so in game, guys, this thing is devastating, and it's incredible because the list that I run is Castellan, 2 Imperial Knights, 1 with the Melter Cannon, Chainsword, 1 with the Punisher Gatling Cannon and Fist, and then I would run 2 Armigers as well. It's just fucking nasty. Like, okay, so for example, there is so this thing has a 3+ armor save. It has a 5+ invulnerable, and you can also you can basically make it so that it has a 4+ invulnerable save. You can also make so it regenerates a wound a turn as well, and if you roll a 6, you generate D3 wounds. Absolutely amazing. It's just such an unstoppable beast. But the thing is, your opponent can't just focus on this, because then it's got 2 Imperial Knights backing it up as well. So it's like a triple threat, and it's both games I've had with these, my opponent has conceded twice. Once at about turn 4 when he literally had nothing left, and then once on a separate game at turn 3 because there's nothing he could do to really hurt it. It was just awesome. It was really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. But it's just such a nice model. Like, it's what I think it's probably the Knight kit has replaced my my list of my top 5 as my number 1 favourite kit to build. It's just so nice, and you can play with all these beautiful like metallic textures and stuff like that. It's so good. When you get the weathering and stuff on it, it's just absolutely beautiful. Like, there's some engine oil effects in there. A lot of wash went into it. A lot of lighting effects kind of thing with like object source lighting. But I just love how clean and crisp it all looks. It's really, really good. I am going to be adding some little extras to this, because other stuff that I've been working on, I'm just going to have to pop this guy to the side for a hot second. I don't want to break anything off of him. Let's just move him to the side. Basically, I've been working on some little bits because they're nice, but I want to add a little bit more of a personal touch to him. So I've kind of been working on just painting up some little purity seals and scrolls and things like that. These are not all going to be on this guy. These are going to be on my other Imperial Knights as well. Not the Armigers, so to speak, but my other Imperial Knights, just because it's going to add a little bit of extra oomph to them. And I've seen a picture of one on Instagram, which is pretty cool, of a guy that's had them all around, like the little shields that they have. So I've painted them all there. I'm going to glue them on separately just because I didn't want to like risk ruining an already nicely painted miniature. But speaking of Instagram, guys, don't forget to check that out. Link is in the doobly-doo down below, down, and you'll get little sneak peeks of stuff what I'm doing in behind the scenes. You get a little sneak peek into my life, and you get to see what me and my wife are up to, which is quite nice as well. But yeah, so I've got them on the go. They're going to add a nice little personal touch to them. I've kind of tried to add like some what looks like some scripture and stuff on some of them, and yeah, it's all right. I mean, I'm no good at freehand. There's not a cat in hell's chance that I want to try freehand actual writing on these. No fucking way at all. Couldn't be asked for that. But yeah, so the list itself that I run with these guys is it's 1717 point wise. So it's actually in the 1,750 price bracket regarding points. I'm actually under by about 40 odd points or whatever, and you know, there's not much that I can really add in apart from an extra missile pod, which I need to get. But I've got another night on the go because my life is empty without an Imperial Knight to build. I've discovered this. After I completed this guy here, I've been yearning for another Imperial Knight. So I think I'm going to get, well, no, I'm getting a Knights Crusader. With the two guns, just for extra kind of like anti-infantry support, because one of the things that I found does fall folly, especially when you're against Horde armies, especially Imperial Guard with lots of las cannons, the big high damage stuff doesn't kill them fast enough, and I need stuff that can output a lot of shots to whittle those guys down. That being said, I've also decided to add in some assassins as well in like 2,000 point games. The first assassin I found this guy knocking around in my bits box. This is a Vindicare assassin, as you guys know. Can I enhance the light a little bit? Boom, there we go, slightly. So this is a Vindicare assassin, converted up a little bit because the top of his barrel snapped off, and then the handle of his, I think his Exodus pistol broke off as well. So I'm going to add him to 2,000 point games, because, you know, it's nice to have an assassin, but the best thing I want to do, the nice thing I want to do is add a Calexis, talk properly, a Calexis assassin, because this camera won't focus, and I want to assassinate this camera. No, it's because the Imperial Knights, where they fall folly, is taking mortal wounds, and psychic stuff does an awful lot of that. So I need a Calexis assassin to deal with those pesky psychers. The opponent I'm on about in question has a rather nasty Imperial Guard force that has like a load of sanctioned psychers and just smite spam. And smite spam is the thing that kills these knights so quickly. So I basically need to nullify that and nip it in the bud. So basically, if I plop a Calexis assassin like right near these psychers, they can't do anything. So it leaves my army free to just stomp the shit out of things. But anyway, yeah. So this Vindicare, found him in a bits box. I replaced his barrel. It was a little bit difficult to replace, actually. I'm not gonna lie, because it's such a thin. Let's see if I can zoom in even further, see if my camera will allow it. There we go. Because the barrel is literally the thinnest thing in the fucking world. I had to, rather than pin it, I had to use this. This is actually an antenna. I liked it because it kind of looks like it's got a really big muzzle brake, kind of like a Barrett 50 cal, which is pretty cool. So I had to like drill into the actual barrel of the Exodus rifle itself, and then just stuff it in and glue it. And it turned out all right. Still not as strong as if I'd pinned it, but it's better than nothing, and it's cool. It makes it look a little bit more custom. And like I say, his Exodus pistol handle kind of fell off, so I had to get that again. But I'm not sure what base this is. I think these use like the 32mm bases, and I'm not sure I've got any of them, so I'm going to have to have a little look and see what I can fish out of my my basing bits box. Yeah, so he's going to be good, and the Calexis assassin is going to be really good as well. And then I've got a Crusader Knight coming, and then a couple of months down the line, we've got the special character Imperial Knight coming out, as well as possibly a different armature, which should be interesting nonetheless. But anyway, guys, that's been pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching. Tell me, guys, really, what do you think of this Mama Jamma? Oh, I bought a Vice as well. A proper Vice. A beastie Vice. I don't know why. It was £8 at work, so I bought it because I'm a bastard for buying anything on the cheap. But no, guys, please let me know what you think of this Imperial Knight. It's going to be awesome. I might do a video showcasing all my knights soon, maybe after I've got the Crusader. That would be probably pretty cool. You guys, well, I think you guys like to see that. But anyway, no, I digress. Let me know what you think of this guy. Please let me know. It'd be awesome to hear your opinions and feedback. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. See you now.